California is still reeling from all the fires that we've been having here. The Santa Ana winds have been sparking up all kinds of fires, along with people actually setting the fires as well. But that's besides the point. Right now, we're going to talk about the relief that these families are getting, and California's lack of governmenting, I guess is one way to put it. But we have this video from Nick Sortor. I got a few clips from him that I'll be playing today and going over. But so Nick Sortor. He posted this video of Trump. He's just saying hi to all the firefighters. Of course, always nice to see. It says you can hear things in the background. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it because it's very quiet. Yeah, it's nice to see. We actually have a president again going around to these places. Joe Biden, during all these crises, didn't go around. He didn't go see people or anything, of course. So it's nice to see that we actually have a president again. But here we go. We have this clip.
Mr. President, without your help, they're only going to get $43,000 from the federal government, even if they have a half million dollar.
You did something, Brad, with every insurance company in the country left California. That's why you have no insurance, because you made it so impossible. People that think like you made it so impossible. And
Brad, me?
Every
Mr.
insurance
President,
company.
I don't know what
I'll tell you this,
about my thinking.
I've never seen a state where almost nobody has insurance. And I said, what happened? And they said like 6 months ago they all left. And 2 years ago they had different, quadrants, but they left. And you have very little insurance here. I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
We have, Mr. President, without your help,
what they're
only
talking about
going to
there is, if you didn't know that with the Palisades fire specifically, one of these clips is still playing. Oh, my bad. I did not pause that clip. But if you didn't know, yeah, the fires that happened in the Palisades, a lot of the people lost their insurance a few months ago or a few weeks ago prior to the fires. And there's all these conspiracy theories like, oh, they knew the fire was going to happen, or they helped set it, or blah, 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 whatever. No, that's not what it is. These insurance companies, they are responsible for assessing dangers and threats. So they made an assessment and said, hey, we need to up our prices. And the government said no. So what do you do? What do you do when you can't afford to cover someone's house? You just leave. You don't cover it. It's literally that simple. So again, this is a governmental issue. They're not cleaning up debris. They're not doing controlled burns. They're not having, we don't have good access to water. The hydrants were out of water. The reservoirs were empty. All kinds of issues that all fall on the government that contributed to insurance companies getting up and leaving. If I ran an insurance company, I wouldn't be working in California right now. I don't blame them. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to just take the minimum amount and then cover their entire house. The money doesn't come from nowhere. It's got to come from somewhere. So that doesn't it makes sense. It makes sense that way. It doesn't make sense when you say like, oh, they knew it was going to happen. Like, sure, they knew something was going to happen. They didn't know exactly what. They do a risk assessment and they're like, there's a high risk of these fires. And what do you know? They were correct, because that's literally their job, is to figure out if there's going to be a fire or not. And then we have yet another clip. This like press briefing just with the round table. Joe Biden didn't do this his entire presidency. We're the 5th day into Trump's presidency, and he's already getting so much done. And we're seeing an actual president work again. You compare Biden, the last 4 years of Biden, and you compare the first 5 days of Trump. Vast difference. So let's play this clip.
Building as fast as possible, and we're going to continue doing that.
Yeah, the one thing is they are saying they will not be allowed to start for 18 months.
No, that will not be the case.
Okay, I just hope you're right.
You can hold me to it.
There's 4 groups said that.
No.
That would be they should be able to do it. They should be able to start tonight.
That will not be the case. First we have to take care to make sure that there's not getting rid of the hazardous waste, cleaning things up so that people can start right away. And just like you said, if somebody had their house was destroyed and they're going to rebuild essentially the same, maybe a little bit longer, a little bit higher, they really shouldn't have to go through much of a process. So I want you to know that we are expediting that. We absolutely need your help. We need the federal help. You're a builder.
You got it. I told you. You will have no permit problem. There will be zero delay. And as far as I'm concerned, you already have the permits.
And the resources.
I am more worried. because I met at least 8 groups of homeowners, and I'm much more worried about the fact that they said it's 18 months exactly, and they were devastated. They want to start now. They want to start removing things. They're not allowed to do it now. And you mentioned hazardous waste. Well, the hazardous waste. What's hazardous waste? I mean, you're going to have to define that. We're going to go through a whole series of questions on determining what's hazardous.
Nope.
I just think you have to allow the people to go on their site and start the process tonight.
And we will.
Okay, good.
You can come back and check.
Mr. President?
Yes.
Wait, I think she said it at the end there.
You can come back and check.
Mr. President?
Yes.
I think she said you can come back and check.
Building.
But no, that is ridiculous. You need to clear hazardous waste. What hazardous waste is there going to be? Everything fucking burned. Like, there's no hazardous waste. Like, what would be a hazard? Like cars that already burnt and exploded, gas lines that are shut off. Like, I don't know what is hazardous there. Everything is already burned. Just let them go and clear things out so they can start, getting plans for rebuilding. But of course, California likes to take everything as slow as possible. They love it slow. It's better when it's slow. That's how they make their money. They don't actually want to help. And then let's see. President Trump just called out Karen Bass for lying live on air. Trump told Bass that residents should be able to start clearing their own land tonight rather than waiting months. Bass said they can, but that's a lie because victims still aren't allowed on their own properties. So let's see this clip. Let me restart this clip. Wait, is there still another clip playing? No. Okay, we're good. All right, let's play it.
Fast as we can, but we want you to be safe. We want you to be back in your homes immediately.
But the people are willing to clean out their own debris. It doesn't cost a lot.
Yes, and they can.
You should let them do it because by the time you hire
that.
contractors, it's
Right.
going to be 2 years.
If a family...
The people are willing to get a dumpster and do it themselves and clean it out.
And they can
There's
do
not that much left. It's all incinerated.
That's right.
And, it's just going to take a long time if you do. You can do some of it, but a lot of these people, I know that guy right there that's talking. I know my people. You'll be on that thing tonight, throwing the stuff away, and your site it'll look perfect within 24 hours. And that's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to wait around for 7 months till the city hires some demolition contract that's going to charge him $25,000 to do his lot. Yeah. I think you have emergency powers just like I do. And I'm exercising my emergency powers. You have to exercise them also.
I did exercise them.
Because I looked, you have a very
declaration.
powerful emergency power, and
Yes.
you can do everything within 24 hours.
Yes. And if individuals want to clear out their property, they can. Well, yes, but you know that you will be able to go back soon.
Mr. President.
We think within a week.
See, what?
That's a long time, a week.
Okay, she says you can go back tonight, and then someone straight up calls her out, but we're not allowed back on our properties. And she's like, well, yeah, maybe within like a week. You lying, garbage human being, lying to our faces and lying to the president.
I'll be honest. To me, everyone's standing in front of their house. They want to go to work, and they're not allowed to do it.
And the most important thing is for people
time.
to be safe.
They're safe. They're safe. You know what? They're not safe. They're not safe now. They're going to be much safer. A week is actually a long time, the way I look at it. I watched hundreds of people standing in front of their lots, and they're not allowed to go in. It's all burned. It's gone. It's done. Nothing's going to happen to it. It's not going to burn anymore. There's nothing to burn. There's almost nothing to burn. And they want to go in. The people are all over the place. They're standing, and I say, why aren't you going in? We're trying to get a permit, and the permit's going to take them. Everybody said 18 months. You said 18 months. You said 18 months.
Last night.
And that was last night.
On that.
Yeah, no, he's outright calling her out right there. She's sitting there like, oh, people can come back tonight. And then all these other people are like, yeah, we're not even allowed back on our own property. What kind of bull crap is that? So I'm really happy to see Donald Trump get in there and calling out these lies. Mayor Bass needs to resign and let someone actually take her job who's actually going to freaking do it. You're not doing your job. You're just slowing down the process. You're lying out of your mouth. You're like, oh yeah, that's gonna happen, and then you're like, actually, you can wait a week. We need to wait for permitting. We need to wait till it's safe. Okay, I don't need the nanny state to come and tell me like, yeah, your house that is smoldered and burnt to the ground, nothing's left. Yeah, we need to make sure you're safe before you can go clear it out. You're not allowed back on your property. Do I even own my property at that point? No, of course you don't own your property because you still pay property taxes. How can you own something if you still have to pay money on it? The answer is you don't. And that's exactly how the government is like, yeah, you don't own your property. You can't even go back on it, pieces of crap, dude. Pieces of crap in this California government, and all these Californians, you don't pay attention, you don't listen, you just vote for that blue. You look at the D next to their name like, oh yeah, they're gonna help me. How long has this state been run by Democrats? Do you see the absolute garbage that they're putting us through? The crime rates, the housing problem, the job problem. You think raising the minimum wage is helping anyone? All it is making prices go up, and it's like, oh, Tyler, how's prices going up when wages go up? Dude, companies don't give a crap how much they have to charge you. They're gonna make their bag no matter what. They don't care if they have to pay you $25 to $30 an hour. You know why? Because they'll double the prices of all their products. They don't give a crap. Yeah, sure, raise the minimum wage. You're just going to make everything more expensive, and it's going to, you're basically, with fast food, for example, they now get paid $20, $25 an hour. Why would I go learn to weld? I had a welding job that I got fired from. That's besides the point. They were going to pay me $25 an hour. Why would I go commute an hour away to go work for a welding job and build stuff for airplanes when I can go flip burgers for the same amount of money and be closer to town? So you're not actually helping anyone. You're just bringing everyone down to your level. When your prices get raised artificially, and like, because the welders aren't getting raises, you know, the executives aren't getting raises, all these other people aren't getting raises. It's the low wages that are getting raised up, and then maybe I'll get like $1 here, you know, $1 or $2 here or there. It's absolutely ridiculous. People are like, oh, raise the minimum wage and we need a living wage. No, you need to get rid of the income tax. You need to get rid of property tax. You need to get rid of all these stupid taxes, all these stupid licenses. You need to get rid of a lot of stuff in this state. But the raising the minimum wage is a band-aid that is just going to let the wound fester and rot. And all these stupid people in California, I've lived here my entire life. You guys are absolute idiots. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's good for you. And it's really sad. This state would be the best state in the world if you people actually paid attention just a little bit. Please. Just a little bit. Pay attention a little bit. But you don't. You frickin' don't. And that's exactly why the fires happened. It's not just the government's fault. It's the people that elected them too. So that's why a lot of people don't feel bad for us right now. That's why we get made fun of on the internet. And they're like, yeah, let California burn. It's because all you frickin' idiots let this happen. You guys let these people get in office. You're the ones who voted them in. I didn't vote them in. I didn't vote for these pieces of crap. You did. I'm trying not to cuss on my videos. I don't want my videos to get downranked, but this pisses me off to no end. You people need to pay attention to what's going on in your state. The President Trump, he's in office now. But at the end of the day, he's helping now with this crisis. But who deals with your day-to-day? Who deals with the average stuff in your life? That's going to be your local politicians, and that's going to be your state politicians. The federal government, only controls a small amount of our lives. So you need to start paying attention to who's in your localities and who's in your state government. Look at Gavin Newsom just siphoning money away. We have $24 billion that's missing, $8 billion here was supposed to go to water reservoirs that never got built. What about the billions he's spent on his super train or this speed train, bullet train, whatever it's called? That thing's not even anywhere close to done. All this money that these politicians are wasting, that's your money. That is my money. That's your money. And you're just letting them waste it because you don't pay attention to politics and you just check off the box. You're like, oh, look, they're going to make it better this time. Idiots, all of you. I'm going to leave it there. Disagree with me in the comments. Disagree with me on X, whatever. Or if you agree with me, which I'm sure a lot of you do because a lot of you understand how absolutely retarded California is. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace out.